Hello and welcome back to the Unnatural History Show with me, Ross Noble. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Professor Shania Coddle. Now, we're here to hopefully bring you footage of one of the most amazing sights in the magical world. For those of you joining us for the first time, this show couldn't be any simpler. Would you care to explain, Professor?
The legend of the Ferrototo has echoed across the centuries, and we are here to capture its latest hatching. The prophecy says that the sleeping beast shall wake from its slumber after lying still for 75 winters. It will attempt to eat and mate with all it sees. We are ready for the beast and its hungry, horny ways. So, for the safety of the wider public, we have an individual who will be designated to be mated with. The worm will couple with them and be impregnated by their energy. Once the testing and the coupling is complete, the worm will be able to reproduce itself. We also have food standing by in the form of Glabbons, a maggot-like delicacy with a human face, a food gifted from the gods and hand-warmed by a creature known as a Pingbob.
Well, that all seems simple enough. Let's talk about Pingbobs.
The Pingbobs have lived in harmony with the Glabbons for centuries. They have a deep understanding of their ways.
So we're asking one of them to warm the Glabbon with his tiny hands and then feed it to a ravenous worm.
Oh, yes. The other thing about the Pingbob Barry is that he will do anything for cash.
Oh, I see.
He is one of the most mercenary creatures to have ever lived. The only thing stopping him from being a mercenary is his weak knees and tiny size. People just kick him in the face.
Well, let's hope that the worm doesn't have any cash on him, or we could all be in trouble.
Whatever happens, you will be in trouble.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, thanks for all your messages you've been sending in, so keep them coming. Let's read a couple out, shall we? We've got one here from Dave the Lizard. I'm not sure what that's about.
Could he be a lizard?
I very much doubt that. I don't think he'd understand the concept of social media, would he?
He could be a man that crossed a wizard and was turned into a lizard.
Could be. That sounds like the start of a joke, that, doesn't it? What do you get if you cross a wizard with a lizard? But he's not actually, he's not a lizard when he crosses the wizard. That doesn't work as a joke if you just say, what do you get if a man crosses a wizard?
Simple reptilian justice.
Hang on, we don't know if the wizard is justified in turning the man into a lizard. We can't have wizards going around just turning people into lizards without due process.
Human scum.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway, let's see what Dave... Oh, no, hang on, I've read that wrong. That's his name is Dave T. Lizard. He writes, I've been watching these shows and you should be ashamed of this blah, 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 deeply offensive, sick, borderline racist. Lego brick up you. Anyway, let's see what Keg Forever 22 says, and you can take this one, Professor. If somebody were to take a winged horse and surgically remove its wings, could you still claim it was a winged horse? I'm thinking of making a purchase, but I could just be buying a horse with a lumpy back. Should I buy the horse knowing that it is a winged horse, or should I just walk away?
Yes.
Thanks, that's great advice. Now, let's meet the brave volunteer who's going to put themselves forward to be in the firing line, so to speak, when the worm emerges looking for a mate. Please will you welcome Grud Grudson. Grud, thanks for joining us. Would you like to tell us why you've decided to put yourself forward to be involved in something like this?
I am a sound man. I was booked to do sound on the show.
Yes, and a very good job you're doing too, but has anyone actually explained to you what you're doing here?
Can I just get back to my job now? That's what I'm here for.
You do know that a deadly worm is going to hatch out of the ground, then mate with you so that it can regenerate.
Oh, how do you say fine print? You can get cream for it afterwards. Stop moaning.
Well, as you can see, everything is shaping up nicely. Keep those messages coming in on social media, and a special thanks goes to Mr. H. Snelling of Arbroath who sent in a very funny video of a mermaid and a cat. We all had a good laugh in the office with that one. The cat certainly had no sense of scale, if you'll pardon the pun. Sadly, we can't show it on screen as the amount of death does breach our code of conduct. That's all from us. Thank you to Professor Shania Coddle and, of course, Grud Grudson. Goodbye.